It is all over for Philip Clement. Well, I'll say it's all over. He's not been sacked yet, Troops, so let me just adjust that. Boom. We're here. Live. Really, really. I mean, it's only 25 to 12, but I sat up all night uh, recording content for Fog Football, so I'm wrecked. But you know what? I got up early enough to talk about Big Phil. Big Phil, huh? We're going to dive into his comments because I didn't really get to. Well, I haven't really dived into his comment. I mean, I don't even know. I was reacting to the game uh, yesterday on my channel. Barely even got a word in. If we're being honest about the match. I mean, I talked a few things about it, but it was bad. But I'll wait for a few people to get in here. It is quite. I mean, it's early enough. It's not. It's not early, but I mean, 22 minutes to 12. We'll see what we can do. As for this, time's up, Phil. I mean, the title's self-explanatory, man. It's time to go. Feel rough, look rough, but we're here to talk about Rangers and the almighty pickle that we've got ourselves into here with Big Phil. You know, this Baldy fraud is dragging us down to the depths of hell. By the looks of it, because it looks like there's no mention of him getting us sacked. All right, Stevie, what can we say other than PC will go down as the man that destroyed Rangers? Some people could argue there's a few on that list, but here, right now, you can't argue against it. He is destroying us, man. Oi, 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 oi. Acoustic gymnastics. Tell you what, I can hear cars driving about. Hopefully one of those taxis is for Big Phil. But yeah, I mean, how are we all feeling? We're going to get into Clement's comments soon. I just don't want to read them out while not enough people are in the chat. So yeah, because don't worry. Get him sacked, I agree. They're probably not going to get him sacked. Are you confident? Got a Footy Adventures game on here. He was at the game. It's just he should quit. Yeah, he should quit. Is he going to quit? Of course, he's not going to quit. He's a wage stealer. He's a Michael Beeler. He's a Baldy Beal. It's no good enough. I'll put a wee poll up regarding Big Phil. Here we go. Start a poll. Should Big Phil be sacked? Phil McCracken. Don't know why I read that out. See, I don't really. I just read the comments out without thinking about them, but it's just no good enough, man. So we've put that up. Clement must stay. Clement must stay. No, here. Why I've went live is because I don't think it'll happen, but I'm anticipating an announcement at 12 that could be the greatest news of all time. If money was no object, Clement would be sacked today. It won't happen. Sign of lowering standards. Well, John, I wish I could disagree with that, but oh, it's so bad. I don't even want to be here, but I am. Sack only. No one can do worse. It's horrific, man. We're simply not sacking a guy because we can't afford to sack him. And when you're in that situation, you know things have went off the deep end, so to speak. But I was having a cheeky look on Twitter here to see if Big Clement's away. Nah, not happening. Well, I think we'll have to wait to 12, right? I think it's time we dive into Philip Clement's comments, right? So, everybody, hit that like button. We're going to strap in because I tell you what, this was awful. Right. Rangers manager Philip Clement claims we started the game well, but when Aberdeen took over and we were struggling, we went behind and I made changes. We came out in the second half in a really good way. We were the team pushing for the win all second half. We were much more times in their box, but weren't clinical enough in the final third. They scored the decisive goal. It's disappointing to lose the 3 points here. On a really lucky night, we could have won this game. It's all about taking lessons out of this. It's one of the better performances from this new squad, but it was not good enough in the result. There's still a lot to work on. You can't say the players played a bad game tonight, but we need to work on things to make it better. Today, Aberdeen were not the better team to win. It was a game both teams deserved a point each. End of quote. So, yeah, we probably think he's talking a load of shite there. I would totally agree with you. So we're going to debunk these. So he says we started the game well. Yeah, see, for like the first 5 minutes, Rangers were probably slightly the better team. Is that what we're hanging on to? The fact of the matter is this. See, after McCausland found Dessers and Dessers ballooned another decent chance, Aberdeen grabbed that game by the scruff of the neck and could have been about 4-0 up at half time. Reality is they went in 1-0 up. They could have been 4-0 up at half time. He claims he made changes. He didn't. I mean, you brought Sterling on at half time. A real Rangers manager should be proactive, not reactive. And a manager would have seen in the first 20 minutes of that game, this ain't going our way. I need to make the substitutions right now. Clement is deluded and seeing things that aren't there. I agree. Get him out and tell him to take Tav Dessers and Proper with him. Pure loyalist, 56 years supporting Rangers. Never have I put them down in this way. I'll never be back near Ibrox or put any money their way. Tell you what, before the game yesterday, I bought a Hearts ticket. To go to the Hearts game. Yeah, I feel like fucking that in the bin. Make PC run a gauntlet around Ibrox. Brilliant. Right. So he says we came out in the second half in a really good way. We were the team pushing for the win all second half. Well, that's bullshit because once Aberdeen weathered the storm in the first 15, 20 minutes of the second half, they score and then our arse went. We created hee-haw in that game. And see this, we come out in the second half. Aberdeen let us come out in that second half, man. Aberdeen were content 1-0 up, took their foot off the gas, as you naturally do, especially when you're up, 1-0 against Rangers. It's just what non-old firm teams do. But the reality is, Rangers, you don't need to be good against Rangers. Aberdeen were good last night, right? It's the same with Kelly. But they're not having to be fantastic. They're not having to be unreal to beat us. They just do the basics right and they beat us. In Aberdeen, you show commitment and you show hunger against this Rangers team. 99 times out of 100, you'll win. His after-match comments were an absolute embarrassment to Scottish football. Funny as fuck, though. He single-handedly ripped us apart. We want a challenge here. I wouldn't mind a challenge. He took Barami and kept Dessers on. Red flags. I agree, right. So we're going to... Right, this is what else he said. We were much more times in their box, but weren't clinical enough in the final third. They scored the decisive goal. Right. What a load of shite. Anyone that watched that game knows that Aberdeen were much more in the final third and doing much more in the final third. They hit the post, they had a penalty, they were having shots blocked, literally like Tav and Suter, without them blocking, they probably go into the back of the net. A bunch of other chances that were saved. Even if we were technically in the box, the final third more, right? Just because you're in the final third more doesn't mean you had the better chances. I mean, you can get into the final third and just pass it around the 18-yard box. Doesn't do dick. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, so ridiculous. But it's the next line that really tickles my balls. Let's see here. It's disappointing to lose the 3 points on a really lucky night. We could have won this game. It's about taking lessons out of this. So hold on. Philip Clement saying we started the game well. We were the only team looking threatening in the final third. And now he's saying if we were really lucky, we would have won this game. If you have to be really lucky to win a game of football, the chances are in that game of football, you played shite. Can we all agree on that? The 54 people watching this stream? How can he claim that we deserved and, our attack and play, we deserved goals and, there was only one team looking to win it. Then in the next line, turn around and say, if we were really lucky, we could have won the game of football. What? Can no one see that this guy, he's lost it, man? Oh, jeez, oh. Gerrard sacked. I'd love to see him back that fraud, get the sack. Well, I don't even. I read that all wrong, man. It's too early for me. Stayed up all night talking shite about this, but I just, I just do not understand how you can turn around and if we were really lucky, we'd have won the game of football. Tragic, tragic, man. Pure loyalist. Clement, take. No, I've already read that. I've already read that. You're past biting. Mon, let's start. Always look on the bright. Big Phil Sports Celtic probably does. With the most shots, FC. Right. Harris Anderson, nothing will change in my opinion, but it has to. I can't remember the last time I was happy going to Ibrox. Yeah, it's a depression session every time you go. Like, yo, we're 9 points behind. You look at like Dundee United, the Hibs game, the St Mirren game, the St Johnstone game, the Hearts game. All games were. I mean, we were lucky to pick up the points that we did. You know what I mean? But like, I just think it's natural in this league for the other teams to fear. I'm not saying the fear coming to Ibrox, but you know, if they were playing, if I don't even know, I feel like the results at Ibrox mask over how fucking bad this team is. Like we are scraping wins at home, and it's just natural for these teams to, you know, not lie down against us, but they feel like they're done before a ball's kicked. But even now, man, if any team coming to Ibrox can't believe that they can get a point or three, when can they believe that? You know what I mean? Like St Mirren were in awful form when they played us, man, and I think a few decisions went against them. So Gerard must have so much money for Saudi he could buy us. Hopefully. If you keep him, you might be shite, but it gives you time to sort things out. Get Philippe at the door. It's a pain in my arsehole every time they play. I agree. We're lucky Albion. But yeah, I mean, you can't claim on a real lucky night we'd have won, and then you don't. If that's the case, we didn't deserve to win. Rangers didn't. You know, I think we can all admit that on a fair night, that scoreline could have been about if every chance, like proper chance in that game is taken, Aberdeen probably win about 5-2. You know what I mean? If you want to fire in the offside goal, all right, 5-3. But I mean, it was offside. I don't want to fire it in. That's the reality. You know, Dessers shouldn't have took the touch in the 6-yard box, but he did. You'd take Gerard. I would take Gerard back, but it's just no good. Right, so we'll look through the rest of his comments. What else did he say? It's one of the better performances from this new squad, but it was not good enough in the result. There's still a lot to work on. Right, we've played like, what, 25, 26 games this season when you factor in pre-season friendlies. If that's one of the better performances that this squad's produced this season, then he needs to walk. He's a nightmare on the mic. His arsefold's on the mic. Then all this and Bob, I'm not going back to Ibrox till this is sorted. Here, I got the Hearts ticket thinking he'll be sacked. There'll be a new man in the door. Looks like there won't be a new man in the door. We are third place. Brilliant, big man. Love the loyalty, but love your truth more. We are pish, and that's all she wrote. Aye. You can't say the players played a bad game today. I can, but we need to work on things to make it better. Well, how can he say we can't say the players? Put it this way, right? Say the players played great and we lost, then the players aren't good enough. If we go to Pataudry and play great and get beat, then there's a fundamental problem. You know, at Rangers, if we play great, we should be picking up 3 points anywhere in this league. You know, I know people are like, "Oh, we're Rangers." You know, you can't go into games not expecting to win. Domestically, absolutely, you've got to go into games expecting 3 points or victory in a cup or whatever. Obviously, you know, if we're turning up to the Bernabeu, I'm not going to come on here and say, "Aye, we need to win." You know, different expectations and all that. But if the players played great last night and we barely laid a glove on Aberdeen, you still got to go, and the players have got to go. You know what I mean? Boyd had a meltdown. I'm not going to get too much into his. He didn't even have. He just spoke the truth. Wasn't even a meltdown. But we'll get into Boyd's comments more on Fog Football later, but he says 8 players feel like Beale's era started last night. It's right on the money. We had 3 right backs playing at one point, folks. What are we doing? Time PC went back to the Bermuda Triangle. Chlamydia must go. I'll tell you what, Chlamydia might be more fun than Philip Clement's Rangers. And then what did he end it off with? Today, Aberdeen were not the better team to win. It was a game both teams deserved a point each. Utter shite. Yo, let's say, right, this was an even game, and we deserved a point. Still not good enough because we didn't win. I want wins. I don't want draws. A draw wouldn't be good enough. But his comments pre-match, his comments after the match, he's trying to justify a draw. Don't get it twisted. Just because Aberdeen are flying high and they're undefeated in 10 league games, 9 wins and a draw, doesn't mean that a draw against them would have been acceptable last night. But is he spouting this pish to us? What's he telling the players? Is he actually going into the dressing room? He's like, guys, you've played really good out there. This is going to get right eventually. We lost to Aberdeen, but here, play like that. You might beat Motherwell, but don't remember, it's all right. We don't beat Motherwell. There's always the Morale Cup next week as well. Fucking disgrace. Chlamydia is a symptomless, Clement isn't. Well, there you go. We're drifting to administration or being bought. I honestly think he will stay. I think he will. Bob, let's see Bob. We're skint. 17 million loss. Next year will be more shite. Board, shite manager, shite players. It's not looking good for us. If you're loyalists, figure Stevie, the players played as expected. Yo, I take no pride in this, but I know everyone probably knows this. I predicted 2-1 Aberdeen. I predicted back in June that we wouldn't win this league. I predicted we'd go at the Champions League qualifiers against Kiev. I've hit everything on the head so far. Everything. And I wish I was wrong, but it was so fucking predictable. I can't remember the last time I went into a season feeling this down. Even under Beale, I predicted us to win the league because I thought it was a decent window on paper. Money was spent. You're spending like 15 million on strikers, but it's just come on, Willie Pearson. We can talk about dodgy offsides, and here I think it could have been onside, but we were shite. Didn't deserve to win anything. It was embarrassing. I'm not going to agree about decisions because you know what? We've had a rub of the green, so to speak. I mean, I look at Parkhead. Kyogo got a goal chopped off for the exact same thing. I mean, it looked level, and he got a goal chopped off. Not that it mattered. We got pumped 3-0 anyway. But here, what happened? As soon as that goal got disallowed, our arse went. Less about that, more about Aberdeen. I thought we'd get pumped 3-0. Aberdeen could have been 3-4-0 up at half time, don't get me wrong, but the reality is I don't think Aberdeen have got. It's like Celtic can put Rangers to the sword. Aberdeen have been great this season, but I think they do lack the quality to put a team to the sword like us, as bad as we are. Because I thought Balogun and Suter were our 2 best players yesterday, along with Bajrami. The 2 centre backs were your best players. They were. Balogun, Suter was making crucial blocks. Balogun was making crucial tackles. It's not their fault. The 2 guys in front of him, and the 2 guys either side of them were shite. I don't think Kazim was particularly bad, but when you're next to Tavernier, man, just turning up's better. So Alex Ray's just as bad as PC. Wait, hold on. Derek McKinn's is. Yo, Clement was 5-4 to get sacked before Christmas. 5-4. See if I had a spare 4 million lying about. I'd have stuck it on that. Derek McKinn's bookie favourite 2-1. Stevie, what's your thought on South? He's 5-1. Yo, Southgate plays really shite football. So does Derek McKinn's. I don't care about the football. I don't. We're playing shite football right now, but we're being lied to that it's good. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a liar. See if Philip Clement came out after the game and went, it's unacceptable. We're shite. No matter who I've brought in and the players we've kept, they can't step up to task. I'm shite as well. But yeah, I'm pleading with you to stick behind us. It's going to get better. I would half accept that. See this pretending that we're good. The standards have fell on their arse, man. It is. And Alex Ray, right? All we hear about Alex Ray, his staunch points, da da da. You can't see me, all that shit. If he's truly a Rangers man, right, and doesn't care about his paycheck, how can he sit as the assistant manager in mouse mode in that dressing room? Now, albeit, hands up, we don't know what happens, right? For all we know, he's going through them like a proper Skeletor does. But the reality is, we don't know. I think he probably just sits there in mouse mode and collects his wee paycheck. Because see, if I was the assistant manager, off the back of these, I'd be going fucking through them. I'd get sacked. I'd be sacked for the assistant manager. It's unacceptable. Because see if Clement came out and did that press conference, I'd be like, right, BBC Scotland, Sky Sports, fucking my time. Probably couldn't get through it without dropping an F bomb, but reality is we need to get spoke. I can't stand liars, man. And all they do is lie. It's been a lie. See if the top of the top board lie, it's going to feed its way down, and all they do is lie. Dessers did the post match interview. I didn't even listen to it. If anyone wants to talk about it, let me know what he said, because I'm not giving that prick the light of day. He's lost his smile, his arse has folded. I'm done. Alex Ray, new 5-year contract. Brilliant. There's a reason the last 3 managers have all ended up the same. Why would any decent manager want to go to Rangers? It will probably ruin their career. That's it, meet the hot cheese. I agree with that. But, as much as like people, it's like months ago, it's like, oh, Graham Souness back on the board potentially. We need people. As much as like Barry Ferguson, right, and he's not a great manager. I'm not going to pretend that. We need people back at the club that get the club. The club is being run by fannies. They don't understand anything. They don't understand anything. We get beat by Celtic. Well, we beat Ross County last week. Could you imagine if that was flipped? If Brendan Rodgers came out and said that, the pitchforks would be after him. And what about all the fannies that were defending the celebrations? Yes, I run Fog Football, Son of Scotland 90, right? But what about all the fannies that were defending the celebrations against St Johnstone in the League Cup? What was that about? Honestly, man, it is absolutely tragic, to say the least. New 5-year contract. He's working at Go Outdoors. What good manager would agree to work for Rangers without knowing who the chairman? Oh, that's it. See that the people that gave Clement the new contract are at the door. Stephen Davis is more realistic as next manager, judging by the finances. But where is he? Last time I seen Davis, he was doing punditry for the game. Iron brew, sugar free. What do you make of that, folks? What do we make of that? I wonder who gave Ten Hag and Phil their badges. Blue Peter, apparently. Because who fucking else would have done it? Harry Potter as well. Fucking Expelliarmus. We're Skintios. Shite. No magic potion or spell is going to save us right now, man. Platform 9 3/4. Clement needs to dive and headbutt through that shite. Glasgow Central. Right, everyone, get your comments in. I need to read more comments. I can't be arsed reading more Clement talk. It's tragic. It is fucking. What's there to say, man? Jim will fix it. The PDC. Liquidaciones. Expelliarmus. Any more? It's a sin. Professor McGonagall? Don't know why I'm quoting Harry Potter. I hate Harry Potter. I don't like it. Don't mind the train like over the viaduct. That's as good as the movie got. Right. What's the poll doing actually? Let's see Philip Clement then, shall we? Should Big Phil be sacked? 53% have voted yes. 47% have voted no. I wonder who's voted that. Craigie White, been seen at iBox with a £2 coin. If Clement wins the League Cup, a big if, would you give him more? I couldn't give a fuck about the League Cup, man. You know what I mean? Could not care. mean, I do care about the League Cup. I mean, I want to win it, but we're not going to win it. See, it's not going to happen. I mean, if we win the League Cup, right, but we're like 15 points behind Celtic and Aberdeen, are we seriously going to pretend that everything's all right and that? I think best case scenario we might win a cup. So I mean, obviously I'm going to take it, but tragic. Call Rangers new manager Roy Cropper. Bus stop Andy Landbag Life Glasgow. All right, Stephen. Right. You're all going to look so stupid when Clement lifts the trophy in April. You have to be a troll, man. Come on, the only thing he's lifting is P45 off the desk, if we even have one. John, never in a month of Sundays, get PC out. Yep. Desmond to buy Rangers to turn it into a feeder club for his other club, hopefully. Hopefully not. We are third place. Right, that joke's ran its course, folks. That joke's ran its course. Right, let's end this poll. Because Big Phil should be sacked. It's actually 3 minutes past 12, so I want to check if he's been sacked. Oh, he's trending. Serial Desser says he's not giving up on Rangers' title hope. We can bounce back. It's not impossible. Right, Aberdeen are not the second biggest club. What's this talk about, man? What they're sitting joint top. What are the joint biggest club? Is that we're going to go off the league table? Are we? Aberdeen. Yeah, Clement's not been sacked. Clement has not been. Tell you what the day's James Tavernier's birthday. See if they come out with happy birthday, James Tavernier, the day, man. We're not going to be happy. It will cost us a fortune. It will. This is a bigger clown than Coco. Aye. You can want Clement out, but what's the insults for? What? Because I called him Baldy? The guy's a fraud, man. What's the insults for? Well, I don't know. Maybe because he's insulted our intelligence for the entirety of the fucking season so far. I mean, I'm not going to get personal with the guy. I mean, I guess making fun of his bald dome is personal at the end of the day, but I'm not going to. He's insulted us. He's fucking lying to us. I'm speaking the truth. What age is he? 55. Haha. Tav Body swerved the post-match interview again. Oh, aye, but we'll scrape a 1-0 win against Motherwell, playing worse football than ever before. And he'll score a penalty, man, and he'll pretend he's the man. Simply depressed, more depressed than all the rest. That's not really good. But they haven't posted anything Rangers. I mean, the last thing they've posted is Cyril Dessers' post-match interview, which I'm not even going to listen to because you know what? I don't want to listen to it. But I want to have a look. Pressure mounts on Clement. Where is it? I'm trying to look. There's nothing in the BBC Sport Gossip column that's suggesting he's away. He's not going. Let's be honest, right? See if Philip Clement was going, he'd be away. He'd be away. He would already be away at 12 there, or there would be rumours. There would be people discussing it in the media. Discussion. Dessa should get them toenails clipped. What's hey, a toenail? Hey, a toenail. Phil. Do you think Rangers will hold on to third place until the end of the season? If Rangers sack Clement, we can get second easy. If Rangers keep Clement at the end of the season, and a team behind us puts a run together, I'm worried. Of course, he's not going. There is no reason. There's no reason, Stephen. I agree. Clement's the man. Only 9 points behind Celtic and Aberdeen. Playing the worst football, some of the worst football this club's ever seen. Going to go behind in overall trophy count. Going to get matched in league titles. Probably going to see another 9 in a row, probably a 10 in a row across the city, but there's no reason for Philip Clement to go. He's done a great job. He won the Morale Cup at the end of the day. That was a good one. He's won the Toenail Clippings Memorial. What else did he win? He won the Where Else Is John Suter Supposed to Put His Arm trophy as well. That was a pretty good one. What else did he win? We beat Ross County 6-0 last week. Cup. What else did he win? What else did Big Phil win? Can't remember. There's so many trophies that Phil's won. I've fucking just lost count of all of them, man. He has. How can you say them toenails like quavers? Toenails like no, not like that's put me off quavers for life. Don't even like quavers. Doing okay for a new outfit. Rome was not built in a day. Reel it in, Davy. Clement was the Morale Cup victory. You're taking it well, Stevie. Fair play to you. Yeah, I could take it a lot worse. I think it's hard to take it bad when you expected it. I predicted 2-1. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I took it bad when Celtic won 3-0, right? But it wasn't as much the scoreline in that. It was the lack of effort. It was the lack of, see getting beat 3-0 to Celtic. That's the fucking reality. That's where we are right now. But I think it's the manner. They weren't up for it. They bottled it. And it was the manner of the bottle job after the Kyogo disallowed goal that fucking sent me over the edge. And obviously, it's a much bigger. I labelled last night as like the biggest game of the season, but obviously the Old Firm's bigger. But in terms of where we are this season, this was the biggest because, 9 points is 9 points. But as Caden says, I'm at peace with it. Here, as much as we can't accept where we are right now, and we shouldn't accept getting beat to Aberdeen and being 9 points behind, the reality is that's where we are. That is where we are. We need to accept that we're not going to win a league title for fuck knows. We ain't. See if Clement's going to stay, he needs to do something radical. Drop all the first team players and play the youth. Because see if we went out against Motherwell at the weekend and we fielded a team that like the median age was like 19 or 20, I'd say, you know what? Fair play. You tried something. But see if you play the exact same team that has failed you game after game this season and you're expecting different results, then that is on you. I'm not saying I'd be happy if we went out the cup or if we lose to, whoever else next in the league. If we've got Hearts up next, if we, like Olympiacos and Nice, if we played like a youthful team against them and got scudded 4-0, I'm not going to come on here ranting and raving. If we play the exact same team and Tavernier costs 50% of the goals and Dessers as much use up front as a fucking statue, then I'll have a problem. But it's no good enough, man. Best performance this season, says the chosen one, Clement. Yeah, Billy, that's pish. What's the word with Big Phil? He's still here, isn't he? Big Phil. Why is on the focus on Clement time, not the board that was? Yo, the board. I focus. I've made a live stream ranting on the board the other day, but right now it's on the club. See, 17 million in debt doesn't automatically mean you get your scamps pulled down at Pataudry. You know what I mean? Toasty Cock Albion. You like saying Albion at the end of sentences, don't you, gingerbread man? Big Phil, not Big Phil. I don't know, Michael. Can you tell me, son? What did Michael say? Something German. Who's the player on that Rangers team to kick the arse out of his teammates? Where is he? You need someone on the pitch to manage them on them. Well, here, you seen Dujon Sterling last season. Clement and said they've been shit, and Clement bashed them. Fuck Phil, come on, I'm done. I'm actually done with the prick. Yeah, and he is a prick because he's fucking lying to us. Deserves that. See these people that say something in the next podcast. Oh, I'm sorry for my comments. No, why would I be? This guy is dragging our club to the depths of hell. Am I supposed to get down on my knees and kiss his fucking toenail? All hail, big Phil. Fuck Phil. Where the meltdown? It's his comments. Yo, see getting beat. It's bad enough. See lying about defeats and trying to spin it. He's getting more spins than a fucking washing machine, man. The guy is shit. He needs to go. Next home game, they fought the Boos. Were bad before. I'm dreading that Hearts game, man. I'll be booing the fuck out of him. Philip Clement isn't lying. He's being economical with the truth. Sean Hughes, £5 super chat. Thank you, son. He's got to go today. I can't handle one more. Same, mate. It's like, I mean, I don't have to read the press conferences, right? But I feel like because I'm doing this YouTube gimmick, I need to. It is soul destroying. But you heard it pre-match. He was trying to, a draw would be good. Oh, we had a good night last year. We drew 1-1. What's stopping them? See, what's stopping him on the 1st of January 2025? Oh, we had a good night last year at Ibrox against Celtic. We won the Morale Cup for each. What's stopping them from saying that? Seriously, man, the guy. Not can you? Oh, big Phil. And then we've got Motherwell on Sunday. Honestly, if Motherwell turn up to a decent level, we'll get beat. We will get beat. Honestly, we will. It's at Hampden. I've looked at the ticket situation. It's half empty. Can I blame anyone? No. There's no reason to watch that team. It's try. I mean, that fucking Ian Aberdeen FC. Not sure if you want it, but you're a good guy, and I feel sorry for Big Stevie Cool. Well, I mean, I don't think anyone's ever going to turn down money, but well, unless you're Rangers and you want to sell Morelos and Kent for decent money instead of letting them go for free, then they'll turn down money. But anyway, that's in the past. But cheers for that. Cheers for that. I'm literally getting forced to watch that team. We'll lose anyway. We will. Next 3 matches, prediction 2-1 beat here. I don't even know what Olympiacos is for, but we seem to turn up. Europa Nights. They hear that music, man. They remember that. Oh, actually, we play for a big club here. Unless it's careful, Stevie. The other pods will be calling you a don for taking that money. Fuck the other pods. I mean, taking that money. I physically can't stop people sending me money. It's not like, oh, he's got Aberdeen in his name. I'm not going to take that tenner. You know what I mean? So there's other podcasts out there that beg for super chats and likes. I'm not like that. All right. If you want to hit the like button, go ahead. I need to earn it. My next matches are 1 win and 2 losses. Maybe lose all 3. Well, that's it. I mean, we're talking about maybe not a single loss can get this guy sacked. What about like 4 in a row? I don't think we'd lose 4 in a row, but I mean, who's confident ahead of this Motherwell game? I mean, who do you even start? Like I said, youth, go for youth. We're feeling like a fucking Diddy club. Yep. Here, don't know who's watched The Sopranos, right? Tony Soprano said, I think it was season 6, episode 15 or 16. Remember when is the lowest form of conversation? What is Rangers Football Club? That's all we are. It's remember 55. Oh, remember what we did pre-2012. Remember the Europa League run. Remember this. Remember the 90s. What about the here and now? What about the fucking here and now? And as Tony Soprano said to Silvio Dante, you got no idea what it's like being number 1. We don't anymore. We're not even number 2 in the league. We're fucking 3rd. We are falling down the pecking order. Absolutely, mate. Remember. Yeah, it's fucking right. Remember the 5th of November. Oh, yeah. Better topics. 5th of November, US election. That'll be a good day. Remember 20 odd years ago? Yeah, that's what it is, though. It is. It's like you always see the posts, and it's like, oh, remember this, remember that. Caden with the super chat. Hulk Hogan there. Rangers man for life. All that good stuff. 55, the illusion of continuity, which you all fell for. Mind control. Yeah, well, that's what I say. I'm done. I see after the Kelly game last year, man, I believed that. I was like, this league's looking good. I am not getting carried away until that trophy's in the trophy cabinet, which means I'll probably never get carried away again. mean, I'm 24. What age am I going to be the next time Rangers win a league title? I could be closer to 80. And people laugh at that. If you can go 10 years without winning a league title, what's stopping them from going another like 16 to make it like near 20? No, seriously. Like, Rangers, we all expect that once we get back to winning 55, right, would kick on. No one expected this fall off in like 3-4 years. 2 years when you factor in the Europa League, how it wasn't even that long ago. We could be it's a 2-horse league in Scott. Well, we've turned into a donkey and we're running with the rest of the pack. Hee-haw. Trump 2024. Presbyterian, by the way. Rangers. I think it was a Rangers fan that called me a Don fan, Ian, but no, a Celtic fan even. But anyway, thanks for the super chat. Think Rangers losing 42k a day. How can you buy some club's history? What's next? If ICT go under, you're going to buy their history? Inverness, Caledonian Thistle. Tell you what, like Inverness have. At least Inverness. I don't even know. Done. Govan Dauber, the 2012 Dauber, full Dauber, cool forward Dauber. John, your comments never cease to amaze me, big man. As for Clement, put the fries in the bag, it's over. Yep. Carmelo Hayes. Stevie's sitting here in the future with his wee bonnet like Fergus. There's a bonnet over there, but I'm not going to put it on. I ain't afraid of no ghost. I am. It can. The only reason they won was because no one on the ground was for them to shit the bed. Here. The more and more, right, we look at 55, it's like, what would have happened if the stadiums were open? You know, it would be hard to think that with a 25-point gap and an undefeated season, it could flip so bad. But we know this team. We know this group of players. I know it's a different group of players, but there's something integrated into the core of this club now that is shite. But yeah, Ian, I only called him because the other pods were saying he was a Tim for taking for donations for Celtic fans. But see, Frank, I think you made that up. You know what I mean? I was going through other pods here, and they were on about, and then they were like, I never said that. I was like, all right. Here, I've got a membership, right? There's not that many people on the membership, but I would say in terms of the actual, it's probably about a 50-50 split between who actually, what clubs they support. So when you look at it like that, you know, I can't control who supports it. If people from other clubs think I'm great, then what can I do about that? I can't do anything about that. Money's money. You know what I mean? If you go to work your wee 9 to 5 in McDonald's and your manager's a Celtic fan, you're going to refuse your fucking wage. I mean, when you break it down, folks, you know what I mean? You're not going to refuse your wage in McDonald's flipping fries, all right? For your pain, Wemo, thank you, $4.99. I appreciate that. Made up. I showed you it, you madman. Did you show me it? You probably did. Glasgow Rangers Nation? I don't know. He said he didn't say it. Anyway, that's ancient history. I don't care what anybody says. If they want to say it to my face. Not over the internet, like some loser. Helmet, this is the best season in Scotland for years. What you talking about, man? Here, tell you what, it is. See, from a neutral point of view, get the two Edinburgh clubs at the bottom. Kelly, who were great last season, are struggling, but they're getting back up. You've got the two teams for relegation in mid-table. Rangers are wank. And then you've got Aberdeen taking the fight to Celtic. When you look at it on paper, it's a very good season. Just not for us. You're all right, but the other boy is brutal. You do the pod with. Son of Scotland. Come on, give Son of Scotland a break. Good guy. Glasgow Rangers Nation is a fucking baton of a guy and a liar. I don't watch him, man. Let's see. That season was a fluke. Remember, St Johnstone won 2 cups then. Yeah, we can talk about flukes, but I mean, that's not a great achievement for St Johnstone. You know what I mean? The Hearts fan's all right when he's not full of the sauce. You suggesting he drinks in? Let's see what other comments have we got. What other comments have we got? 150 people watching. I know there's a certain podcast going live at 12:30. Who's that? Who's that going to be? Right, well, we went for 45 minutes here. I can go a bit longer, but I don't really know what else to say because I feel like there's just going to be more live streams today and more fids to be had. I mean, I need to talk about Chris Boyd's comments, which he just buried. You know, he's talking about the fact that Aberdeen are just better in every department. Yep, Rangers rabble. That would be the one, Michael. They slabbing about me. Rangers rabble. But yeah, it's going to get worse before it gets better, especially because we're keeping them. Like going that if they don't think 9 points behind is sackable, where do you draw the line then? Is it 15? Is it 18? Who's live at 12:30? Just can't get enough. Nobody. I'm staying on. It's like the Monday Night Wars, right? Catch you up, Stevie. All the best to you in the channel. Thank you, pure loyalist. Rangers cannot fold. Sack him and off. Where's Sutton on? See when Sutton, right? This is how you know it's bad. See when Chris Sutton isn't even firing digs, and he's actually speaking like with a serious tone about how bad Clement is and how ridiculous his press conferences, and that's when you know it's fucked. I mean, he's like, I'm not saying he's not taking any joy in it because when Chris Boyd's greeting, Sutton's got a smirk on his face. You know, he's like that, but it's crazy. It's crazy. I was watching the Rabble last night, and Martin started to play Clement's post-match interview. He got like 4 seconds in, and he turned it off. Is your team weakened than last season? Fucking absolutely. It's like a cup of tea without a tea bag. That's how weak it is. Shite, just milk and water. Shite. Sutton didn't need to fire Diggs, and yes, he took a lot of joy in it. Yeah, he doesn't need to fire Diggs. That's how bad. Yo, Sutton doesn't need to fire Diggs because Rangers are firing their own Diggs. I mean, I got told back in July, oh, you're too negative. The club, I said, I'm sick of this negative talk. I don't take any pride in being right. But the reality is, I have been right. I said we wouldn't win the league back in June. Look at us now. I mean, everybody's writ off the league. I've writ off the league in pre-season. Look at the state of pre-season. You know, people, it's only pre-season. It's only pre-season. Yeah, only pre-season. What's changed since pre-season? Oh, he's in the secret. Fuck all's changed since pre-season. It's just as bad as it was. You know what I mean? Look how bad it was in pre-season against Ajax, United, Birmingham was awful. There was a few games behind closed doors. I can't even remember what other pre-season games there was, but they were awful, man. Clement is a pure laugh, but he still needs free transfer windows. He needs to pick a windy and fuck him at it. What do you think needs done to turn your club around? Sack Clement, and honestly, with the 17 million loss, we need a sit down with that and be like, right, see these players that are shite, let's sell them in January. Bring through the youth, give youth a chance. You know, look at Scottish football. You see like Lennon Miller breaking through, like Lewis Ferguson, all these, like Billy Gilmore didn't give him a chance. I know they're players that broke through a few years ago, but it's like you need to give players a chance. They're not going to break through on their own if you don't give them a fucking chance, man. You know, like we're afraid. I just don't get it. Give youth a chance. Why continue with this and see this logic, right? Of we're paying them 40 grand a week, 20 grand a week. They need to play. They're playing as if they're not playing. So what difference does it make if they're on the bench? Honestly, it needs to go. Like we've seen against St Mirren, he dropped Tavernier and Dessers. But what was the point of that? Like, honestly, Dessers is awful. He's awful. He's fucking awful, man. Go with youth. But they won't go with youth. It's a pipe dream. There is more chance of us winning the league this year than Clement like filling that team with like half of the youth team. And that's I don't see it, man. You've got to try something different. See if we're skint, which 17 million in the red, that you're playing a game of fire stacks and you just can't win in the slot machines. If we're that skint, which the numbers don't lie, you need to go to the youth. See this? I didn't get backed. There's a youth team there, mate. Go to the youth team. See, trying the same old tried and tested players like Oscar Cortez for 4 million. I could actually cry about how bad that business is, man. It's awful. Youth will play for the shirt. Yeah. See if the 11 youth, say you start at 11 youth players, right? See if they're all bad as Ross McCausland. So be it. It's the youth team. They tried. I don't get it. I mean, see if I was a youth player playing at Rangers, training my arse off, trying to step up to the next level, and I saw those shiftless cunts in front of me getting picked in week out. That would make you fall out of love. Be like, what am I doing here? This is my dream to play for Rangers, and these guys who don't care are playing week in, week out. It's a disgrace. I know it is. It's even like Liam Kelly, right? I don't think Butland's been particularly awful this season. But what was the point of Liam Kelly coming back to this football club? Can't even get a game in the League Cup. Don't understand it. It's shite. Go with youth. Class of 2024 instead of 92, as John says. But yeah, go with youth. That's what's going to happen. Sack Clement. And as for who we bring in, I don't. Honestly, rolling contract, something like that. I don't know. I don't have the answers. No one has the answers. Right. Big Dauber Stevie Cool. Big Connor wants you to bring him 9/Govan mince pies. Dauber he. Right, Johnny? Johnny be good. They'll have used all their assets to guarantee loans, so it can't get any worse than it is right now. You know what I mean? It's just like Raskin's shite. He's no good. So with Connor Barron, man. Like, they're not the worst two players in that team, but they got overrun. See Graham Shinnie and that Nielsen guy. Yeah, they're both into their 30s, right? They would walk into this Rangers team at the minute, man. How tragic is that you'd put more Aberdeen players in this Rangers team right now? Devlin shits all over the top of James Tavernier, like Vincent Kennedy McMahon. If you know, you know. Right? The two centre backs, Rubizic and Malloy. Suter and Balogun had the best game for me, the two best players. But if you wanted to put the two Aberdeen centre backs in, am I going to make a compelling argument against it? Probably not. McKenzie at left back, I rate him. I look at McGrath, I look at Duke, I look at Soclair. You try and tell me you wouldn't swap that front three for the front three that we produced last night? I do rate Barami, I do, but Dessers and McCausland weigh our front three down so by much, I'd swap it. That's Aberdeen. I said after the first weekend, Dundee and Dundee United look like they've got better attacking players than us. You saw that Trabunski guy. You've got like Lyle Cameron, Luke McCoyan at the time, players like that. We're talking about all the wingers like Glenn Middleton and co. It's like they all look better than what we have. And albeit, the Hearts game, the 0-0, that is one of the worst performances. But so is this. So was last night. So was the Kelly game. Nothing's happened. What happened? We'll see in October, November. You'll see the real Rangers. See this? The real Rangers pish, man. It's tragic. Soclair looks good. But it's like Aberdeen have just got a better business model. Aberdeen sold their best player in the summer, Miovski. And they have improved leaps and bounds. We for like 3 summers in a row are losing some of our more important players, and we are regressing. We are going backwards beyond belief. And here, next season could be the Conference League. Next season there might not even be any European football. Imagine that, no European football. You could argue it could be a blessing in disguise. Like, to be honest, you could really argue that. You could, because it would mean no Thursday, Sunday, but that only matters, man, if you've got a good manager and a good set of players to take the fight. You know what I mean? The league would still be over by February at this rate with the same group of players. It's shite. Yeah, I think Devlin for Aberdeen. I think he's really good, man. I mean, I thought he was quite poor for the Bushrammy goal, but I thought it was more brilliant for Bushrammy than shite. Right, we'll go to an R here, everybody, and then I'm going to end it. Aberdeen spent a massive $2 million to build that team. It can be done. You know what I mean? It's not like it can't be done. You don't Graham Souness, you need 50 million to compete with Celtic. See, to compete with Celtic, right? Yeah, theoretically, if you want to get your squad value up and compete them in that level, maybe 50 million is obviously going to help that, right? But Aberdeen have proved over the course of 10 games, they've went toe to toe with Celtic over the course of 10 games on a fraction of our budget, let alone Celtic. So it can be done. But building a team, not always cash, absolutely. It's awful. Like, Leon King, get him fired in. Players like that, Cole McKinnon, Bailey Rice, Zach Lovelace. Who's honestly going to object to those guys in and around this team? No one. No one's going to object to that. It is just tragic. So what's the problem? Clement they're both problems. Here, see if Clement gets sacked, the players are still here. It's not like everything's going to get better with Philip Clement gone. It's not. Yeah, you might win. You might get a wee manager bounce and everything's hunky dory, man. You might be bouncing off the walls after scraping another 1-0 win against Ross County. But the reality is the same problems are there, same players are there. James Tavernier. I mean, how James Tavernier's the Grim Reaper. How many managers has this guy seen off? He's the Undertaker. It's tragic. The board can't even run a bath, and that is pretty much my thoughts on it. Right, everybody. I kind of want to go to an hour, but 3 more minutes talking about Rangers Football Club. It's 3 minutes too many when you went an hour. But yeah, I'll probably be live later in some capacity. If he goes, is he going to go though? I'm not too sure, but we all wanted Goldson to go. We wanted Lundstrom to go. We wanted Borna Barisic to go. We wanted Kent to go. We wanted Morelos to go. We wanted Roof to go. We wanted Jack to go. We wanted, things like people like that to go. I could go on. We've got worse because there's something fundamentally wrong at the club. It is loser mentality city. And see when you've got a manager that thinks drawing against Aberdeen is fine. Seeing you've got a manager that thinks beating Ross County before a game at Parkhead and then losing the game at Parkhead is fine. That's going to feed its way down. What's he telling the team at halftime, full time, pre-game? What's he telling them? The same. If he's telling them the same stuff that he's telling us, God help this football club. That's all I'm going to say, because I tell you what, man, it is absolutely tragic. He must go now. There's no two ways about it. The fact that Aberdeen and Hearts Johnston are playing football in a style you can already see already in Big Phil's and Groundhog Day. Absolutely. Simply depressed. Depressed. More. Right. I need to go have a shave because it needs to be done. Anyway, guys, get your final thoughts in. Got a minute left here, a minute and 20 to go. And I'm away to make more fids on this. Yeah, brilliant. Let's all laugh at Teddy Bears. Let's all laugh at Rangers. It's just a calamity, man. What is there to say? Probably go at the weekend against Motherwell. Yeah, say we beat the Steelmen, right? Say we beat the Steelmen. You're going to beat Aberdeen or Celtic in the final? No. So, you know what I mean? Clement will turn around and say, we'll get beat 3-0 by Celtic in the final. And he's like, we're making progress. Toenails. Are you doing a watch along for the Trump vote? Might be a wee bit late, Paul, but I'll definitely be watching it. Definitely. Anyway, 25 seconds to go, then I'm ending this. I appreciate all the super chats and the likes, but yeah, it's dark. It's a dark time for Rangers Football Club, man. And it's only going to get worse. as bad as we are, at least if we sacked them right now, things would turn around. There would be a bit of positivity. Your son doesn't want to go to Ibrox. It needs a whole revamp. I agree. If we sit scratching our heads at this pressure, I wonder how many players feel about his tactics. That is it, right, everybody? That's where we're going to leave it. We've hit an hour mark. It's tragic, man. We'll be back later. We'll be back later. Done. Defeated.